You are watching and listening to Chris and Leicester Till I Die TV on YouTube and your favourite podcasts.
Hi everybody, Jerry Taggart here. Now be sure to watch Chris and Leicester Till I Die TV by subscribing on YouTube and following them on social media for all the latest Leicester City news and information. Come on you foxes!
Of the net.
You're watching Leicester Till I Die TV.
Watch us on YouTube.
Listen on your favourite podcast platform.
Or ask your smart speaker
to play the podcast Leicester Till I Die.
Subscribe, like, follow, and join in now.
Right, Chris.
All right there, all right, they're back. Good evening, Foxes fans. How the devil are you? Welcome to the opposition show. And I'm going to be joined in a second by a Brentford fan, which it's great to have on. It's great to have them in the Premier League. And they're the one team that are actually backing my prediction. Because I did say of the three teams that came up, that Brentford would be the one that would make a fist of it and actually stay up. And I think we all know that Norwich ain't going to be doing that. In fact, tomorrow night, we've got the X on the Pitch show with ex-player Julian Watt. And one of the questions I'll be asking him is, Norwich, just why? How the devil are you all? Welcome along. It is Leicester Till I Die TV, and this is where you can watch us live.
Watch us on YouTube.
Listen on your favourite podcast platform.
Or ask your smart speaker
to play the podcast Leicester Till I Die.
Subscribe, like, follow, and join in now.
Indeed, Rob. Craig's not here tonight, and if he was, he'd be having words with you, I'll tell you. Good evening, Rob. How the devil are you? Melina, good evening. Welcome along. Shouldn't you be working now? Hope you're well, hope you're staying safe, and hope you are looking after yourself. Welcome along. Yes, it was a case of, I'll just get rid of my little friend there, damn the devil, and we'll bring that one up. That's better, isn't it? That's better. Can you put up with him for so long? Gives me the horn. Hey! No, he doesn't. No, I shouldn't. That was the wrong choice, wasn't it? 3 wins on the trot. Leicester, it was away, so it was Brentford 1, Leicester City 2. Let us bring my guest in this evening, Tony, who is a Brentford fan. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, fella. How you doing? All right?
I'm not doing bad. And you did say that I was gloating, didn't you? I mean,
yeah. Well, you were.
That got me where it hurt. I've got to say, this is more what I'm
It's time for the smug face.
We got old Clarkson, eh?
Yeah. Clarkson and his smug face. There's no smugger face out there.
That's true.
yeah. I know we were sort of messaging beforehand, and I think it was Jamie Leicester fan, I think was the phrase you used. I mean, I've got to be honest with you. You've got to be, and I'm going to say disappointed. I like Brentford. I think you've come up, and I said in there, I'd like the small teams that come up and do well. And I like to see, I'd love to see Newcastle go down, for example, and you stay up. I just think that's what football's all about in this country, none of this ESL shit. But you've had 2 games where I think you've discovered what the Premiership was all about. You had Chelsea, where you literally battered them.
Exactly,
And I did think you probably were the better team in the first half. We didn't quite with it, but you came out with no points out of the 2 games.
Yeah, it's disappointing. I can't lie with you there, mate. It was disappointing, but you know, I am still proud of us. You know, the lads. I mean, we still performed well in both games. So you know, what can I say? You know, it was unlucky at the end of the day. So
you know, you have your style of play. You remind me very much, and you probably don't remember this, but Rob, they're great to see Mr. Frank took the loss gracefully. I think he was probably just a little bit upset. But, you know, you do remind me of the Leicester City that came up under Martin O'Neill. You battle for the 90 minutes. You never stop fighting. And you will. I think you'll be safe this season. I think there's worse teams than you in the division.
Oh, definitely. I agree with you there. Yeah.
But I do believe that, as in, this is the Premier League, and this is, you know, you don't take. We spoke just before we came live. You know, you don't take your chances. You get punished, unfortunately.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know,
I mean, I will say this. Sorry, Chris. I will say this under my breath, mate. That I was also an Arsenal supporter for a while until that twat was in charge. Mr. Fraudtetta is in charge.
Allegedly,
I left him.
I did seem to think you were at the start, but is Brentford like your local club then? Is it?
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Well, I started off supporting them anyway before Arsenal, anyway. Yeah. So I went with my dad. Obviously, went to Griffin Park. Obviously, the old stadium.
Yeah.
Like years ago, when I was little and everything, and you know, I loved going to see him. You know, I go so far back. I watched Bradley Walsh play once for Brentford. You know.
Thank God. Yeah, that is going back a bit, isn't it?
Yeah, man. So. You know, we've had some bad players, him and Kamara. I mean, let me know, you know.
Yes, yeah. I mean, it is an amazing journey as a club. I mean, you know, you say yourself you're just a bus stop in Hounslow, but you've come such a long way. You're living the dream, you know. And
I think we're more than that, to be honest. Yeah.
Well, exactly. Like I said, I mean, being a Leicester fan, because we're still living the dream, to be totally honest with you, you know, from where we've come. And it is great to see you sort of doing so well. I mean, you know, as a season, all right, you know, you've maybe tailed off a little bit in the last couple of games, but I mean, you started out with a great win against Arsenal. Yeah,
like an house on fire. Yeah, we was, you know, but Arsenal are nothing much anymore, let's be honest. But, you know, with him in charge, that bloody donut head in charge, you know, I mean, they got no chance of winning anything. I've been a bit polite there, but could have said something stronger. But
no, please don't. But no, you got. I mean, you know, we saw Liverpool yesterday demolish Man United, and yet you went. You know, you hosted them.
That cheered me up, by the way. That result. It actually cheered me up watching that.
I think it cheered us all up, to be honest with you.
I thought some teams have got it worse than us, you know.
Well, exactly, and for any Man United fans that are tuning in at the moment, I've just got a little special present for you. Just a reminder that.
Viewers, apologize. I'm continue.
It's priceless, man. It's priceless. I don't know who that guy is, but that was
I don't know. I managed to get. I mean, I love it. But yeah, like I say, that result yesterday just reinforces, you know, the good start that you had with beating the Arsenal, and it was 3-3. It was a good game.
Could have beat them, the Scousers, you know. Could have beaten them.
Yeah. Did you see the game yesterday?
Yeah, I was there, mate.
On the weekend, sorry.
Yeah, I was there. I was actually there.
You were there, were you?
Yeah, man.
I mean, it seemed a great atmosphere.
Were you there, Chris, as well?
I wasn't, unfortunately, no. I was watching it in a certain way online. Should we just leave it at that?
Right. I won't go into that anymore. I won't go there. Right.
Yeah, Chris, we won't go there. But no, I mean, the atmosphere It was like
Yeah.
electric. You know, your fans, you created such a good atmosphere there. Credit where credit's due.
Oh, we got some great supporters there, you know. We have throughout the years, you know, throughout the seasons, we've been in obviously lower leagues and stuff, you know. We had that great support all the way through. So, you know, and now we're in the big time. I don't think we've done anything wrong. I don't think we've been discredited. I don't think we've been walloped or anything, you know. So,
no. And that's the thought. I mean, you know, when we had the relegation year before we got, you know, promoted, before we won the league, when we did the Great Escape, we were not getting walloped, and that's what it's all about, you know. And you know, as I say, you look at Norwich, Watford, they'll have their normal 3 managers in the season, and they'll struggle. And I think you guys will be all right.
Cheers, mate.
You know, I mean, Rob says there, good luck to Brentford.
Cheers, Rob.
Don't do a Norwich.
Thanks, mate.
Up and down.
I hope so. I don't think we will be. I can't see that happening somewhere. So.
I think it's the second season you've got to worry about. If you look at Sheffield United, you know, brilliant first season. You just missed out on your disaster.
They were solid as well. Yeah, very solid.
And then, you know, Leeds are struggling this season. Is that second season? Unfortunately, not everybody can win the league in the second season like Leicester. But I just thought I'd throw that in.
I bet you never forget that, will you? When you won the Prem.
Not at all, not at all. But Terry says here, can you ask your guest to thank the Brentford fans for winding Madison up to his best performance of the season? I've got to say, though, before we get on to the game itself, what the hell is it with all the multicoloured seats at the stadium?
Yeah, well, I can't tell you that, mate. I don't know myself, but there you go. It's a great stadium, no doubt about it. You know, it's
definitely
massive compared to Griffin Park as well. Griffin Park was such a small ground, like Highbury in a way, but you know, it was great.
I just, you know, it doesn't spell anything out with the coloured seats, but I mean, no, it's a great stadium. It's a great atmosphere. You know, you're quite close to the pitch there. Going on to the match itself, did you feel? I mean, you know, you had a goal disallowed first on. Were you at that end of the stadium? Did you see it? What were your thoughts?
No, I was sort of further away from there, yeah. But I did sort of I didn't know what to make of it, to be honest. Whether it should have been allowed or not, or disallowed, sorry, or not. But I just didn't really have a clue. And I mean, obviously, did it go to VAR? I think it did, didn't it? Did it go to it? Yeah.
I think the guy that crossed the ball was the one that was just slightly offside. But I think, if I'm honest with you, I think Leicester got a favour there.
Possibly.
It was one of those where it was his shoulder blade, I think, that went off.
I haven't actually checked it out, the coverage, since I've been back. I haven't, you know, looked at the highlights or anything, to really dissect it or anything. But, you know, if I have another look and you got lucky, I really will go nuts, I'll tell you. If you got lucky there, man.
Very close. Had it gone the other way, we would have been arguing. You know, I'd have been annoyed. I'm not going to lie. Andrew, good evening, Andrew. How are you? He says Brentford play good football.
Evening, mate.
They're always open to the counter attack.
That is true. But you know, we do play some good stuff at times.
It's exciting. It's exciting.
It is, yeah.
It really is, you know. Rob says there, do Brentford still have pubs at the corner of the ground?
I think it might mean Griffin Park, but I mean, we do have one or two around there. So
you've got to, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Excuse me. Coffee went down the wrong way. And then not many minutes into the game, you had Casper doing his impression of Tyson Fury and knocking your guy out. It wasn't intentional. I think he was.
No. I thought it was accidental. I didn't see any malice in it, to be honest. But you know,
we've seen them given, haven't we? You know,
exactly. Yeah. We have seen a lot given by some dodgy refs at times, but you know.
Well, again, like I said earlier, welcome to the Premier League.
Definitely.
30 minutes in, and like I say, you were just. I mean, I think with Leicester, what we had achieved in the last 2 games we played, which was Spartak Moscow away in Russia, and obviously Man United last week, is it was coming off. We were, everything we were hitting, balls were getting to the right people. We were able to, pass and play balls through. Everything that wasn't coming off before was. You stopped us playing. You were closing us down. You were, first to every ball. It was wave after wave. But like Andrew said earlier, open to the counter attack. I mean, Tillerman's goal. Whoa!
Yeah,
it was up
class.
there with the FA Cup goal.
Yeah, it was a great goal. I've got to admit that. I've got to give you credit for that. It was a superb goal. But
I will go back and clip that out, Tony.
yeah. well, I wouldn't clip this either, but I'm a big fan of Tillemans. I rate him a lot. So, but keep that quiet, will you? Just,
No, in fact, you don't know. I mean, we love him, but we don't know whether he's going to be with us next season or not.
I think he started off a bit iffy because I think there's obviously a lot of contract issues and he wanted more money and stuff like that and whatever. But he is a class player, no doubt about it. He's a Belgian international, isn't he? So
yeah. Oh, yes, he is. I mean, he's an absolute class player. But depending where we end up this season, we may not see him. When you saw the teams that were brought out, were you pleased with yours?
Well, to be honest, Chris, yeah. I mean, I thought it was fairly good. I mean, we haven't really changed much since the start. To be honest, we haven't really changed the team that much. You got the nucleus a bit there, obviously Toney and Mboma up front. Toney yet to really fire, unfortunately.
And I've got to be honest with you, one of the reasons that I thought you would do well is because you kept hold of Ivan Toney. I think had you not come up, I don't think he would be with you now. But it has been a little bit disappointing. Only 2 goals.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know what's happened to him, to be honest, since he's come up. He's doing okay. He has set some good chances up and, the usual things he's done. And I think, what was it, one of the last, might have been against Chelsea, when he should have had that shot and he ended up trying to do a back heel flick or something. And I thought, why didn't you just shoot, It could have gone in, It just...
I mean, Rob's saying there, how good is he, I don't suppose you want him to go, do you? Is it just a case of he needs that goal to go in off his arse if necessary to
anything, any part of the anatomy would be great, and then it's a goal. We don't mind that, but I think he will. I think he will set off on a goal rush, obviously soon. I think we got Stoke next in the League Cup, and we got obviously Burnley. If we can't beat them and whatever, and get a few goals, Norwich, we just will give up, I think.
We couldn't beat Burnley, but hopefully you'll be able to. Jade, good evening. How the devil are you? She says good evening. Hi, Jade. To us both. Terry says Brentford went hell-bent to get the winner, pressing high. If they hadn't done that and settled for a draw, then it's a point gained for them. I can't ever see your manager, though, letting your team settle for a draw.
No, I don't think he will. I mean, obviously we have got a few draws. Well, I mean, we got like 3 wins, 3 draws, and I think is it 4 or 5 defeats? I think now. Is it 5 or 4?
No, it's 3 and 3.
Oh, 3 and 3. I thought it was. Oh, no, well, there you go. Just shows I'm not really into it. But
your last 2 have been defeats, but then
of course, the last 2. Yeah, I'm thinking we lost more than we have, and we haven't, to be honest. But
don't yourself down. I mean, you sat in 12th. I mean, 12 after 9 games, 3 wins, 12 points. It's not a bad season for a team that's just got promoted. And after the 2 tough games you've had, and like I say, I think those 2 games did sum the Premier League up. But like I say, because if you don't take your chances, you are going to be hit.
Well, that's true, yeah.
You've got Burnley coming up. I mean, you've got to feel confident against Burnley.
Well, we are, mate. I mean, the thing is, we're due a big walloping of a team at some stage, you know, with what we're doing, you know.
Yes.
We are due to really, you know, get a few goals. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's like that. Like, obviously, we've done Oldham 7-0, but then that's only Oldham. But there you go. But you know, you got beat what's in front of you, haven't you? At the end of the day. So.
Yeah. Well, I'll take your 7-0 and I'll trump you with a 9-0 away to Southampton. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. I always remember that, mate. I always remember watching that game. To be honest,
I was actually at that game. It was amazing. One of the.
I bet you were going mad, wouldn't you? I bet you were jumping out the stadium, wouldn't you? You know,
I
watching that.
I was, and it was being down with rain, and I was wet through, but I didn't care. I mean, when you saw the Leicester team sheet and Patson Daka wasn't starting.
Yeah,
I mean,
I rate him, mate. I rate him, man. I'll tell you, he looks another class player you got there, that Daka, you know.
Oh,
and
God.
He's in the Euros. What about, was it 4-3 and he scored all 4 the other day?
He did. Yeah, he did indeed, you know. Were you pleased not to see him in the starting line?
Well, in a way, but you know, I mean, we still had to contend with whatever other players you got there. You know, like Vardy, of course, and Tielemans, Madison. You know, the list is endless, really. Barnes, you know, and Didi. So,
yeah,
you know, there's so many.
I'm sorry, Maisie's saying there, "Hey Chris, how the devil are you?" And she says hi to Tony as well.
Hi, Maisie.
I think now that Maisie's joined us, I think we should play that result again, don't you, Tony?
Oh, that'd be cruel. That'd be cruel, man.
It's bad. I call it bad.
Viewers, apologize. I'm continue.
God. Sorry, Maisie, it wasn't me. It's Chris. Got to blame him. Sorry.
He encouraged me,
I had nothing to do with it, you know.
He encouraged me.
Should go off and burn some garlic bread now.
When it comes to November the 5th, she'll have a mask of me on a guy. I'll tell you.
Be careful, mate. Yeah.
Exactly. You got it back to 1-1.
That's right. Yeah.
And you know, I think that was deserved. I'm not going to sort of. For all our good play, I think we deserved the goal. So, and we got one. Did you think at that point that you could go on and win it?
I did, but then obviously, you know, you got to be careful. Obviously, of the counter attack. You know, we're pushing forward for a winner, and you know, you've always got to be wary of Leicester on the break. So,
Yes.
Oh look, there's Maisie. Look, oh dear, no.
Yes. Well, I mean, you said the point there, and our second goal came from the counter attack.
That's right.
I mean. And again, it was Daka again, because, of course, coming on at half-time, unselfishly passing it over to Maddison, who I think he enjoyed celebrating in front of your fans. Let's just put it that way. But, you know, has Thomas Frank... I mean, it's like a bit like Bielsa. You know what you're going to get when you play Leeds, and they don't seem to be able to play any other way, you know, and... Is Thomas Frank a bit like that? Because obviously against some teams, you know, against Burnley, probably you're going to get a hatful. But when you come up against, you know, at the moment, I am including Leicester in this now, say one of the, you know, the top 7 or 8 teams, it's not always going to work. Does he have another plan, or is it just the one style of play that's attack, you know? Yeah,
I think we are adaptable, Chris, to be honest. I mean, we can do other sort of styles, but at the moment, I think he's obviously trying this one style to. Obviously, we're trying to get some goals as well, and that seems to be the problem, that nobody's can actually put it in the back of the net. The finishing is the actual worry at the moment. But
having said that, I mean, you've scored 11. You've let 9 in. I mean, you know. In fairness, we've let 15 in. So you does.
Well, I would never associate that with Leicester, to be honest. That you know, conceding that many. And you look at. Sorry, mate.
It's a bad season at the back.
Yeah.
You know, we've got numerous defenders, and I hate blaming sort of, you know, injury. But if ever I'm doing a prediction, I always have to sort of say that the opposition will get at least one goal, because we will always let a goal in. And good evening, Rich. Welcome along.
Good evening, Rich. Big up, mate.
But yeah, I mean, Rob says here, you know, they say after 10 games you can gauge your team's form, and Brentford must be hoping for mid-table finish. You're just hoping to stay up, aren't you?
Well, definitely, Chris. Yeah. Wherever we finish, as long as it's not in the bottom three, I'll be happy. You know, to be honest, you know, to stay in the Premiership, that means it all to us. You know, another season there.
I think you. But when you came up, I mean, you know, you came up via the playoffs.
That's right. Yeah.
You know, it's always harder for a team going up by the playoffs. You have that little less bit of time to prepare.
Yeah.
What were your sort of honest hopes for the season?
Well, to obviously to actually perform to our full potential, really. That, you know, that's what it was, and to be, you know, somewhere up there, and you know, to compete against the big boys, you know, basically.
Yes.
And not be you know, like humiliated or anything, you know, which we haven't been. So, you know,
certainly not. No, you've certainly not. I think you can leave Norwich to do that for you.
Right. Well, if they do that, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. But there you go.
I know when we won the Premier League that season, because I lived close to Bournemouth, and Bournemouth got promoted on our second season up, and they, you know, their fans admitted that they enjoyed and were pleased with the fact that we were doing so well, so that all the interest was on us, and it just let them. They went under the radar almost and stayed up, and of course they were up until, you know, a couple of seasons ago. And you must hope that, sort of, in fairness, Norwich keep losing, because that's just going to get all the attention, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, I can't see them turning around anything at the moment. I mean, they're going to get at least some points, I suppose, somewhere. But I think it's only really going to be like maybe the bottom teams nearer the bottom. You know, I can't see them getting anything against the big side. So,
yes,
you know, but you know, I think we're well above them. I mean, look at Watford. Actually, I mean, they actually turned it around a bit there, haven't they? Was it 5-2 the other day? So
I know. I mean, where the hell that came from? You know, I mean, for me, I love Ranieri to bits. Obviously, that goes without saying. But he's not a manager to keep you sort of, you know, a relegation battle manager. Fulham, you know, can tell you that. But we had 7 minutes of injury time on Saturday. Like,
I know, yeah.
Is Thomas Frank taking over here from to Alex Ferguson? Are we having Frank time? I don't know where 7 minutes came from. It's like, oh my God, you know.
I was a bit surprised by that, to be honest. But then again, it didn't really matter to you, did it? Because you still won, so that didn't really matter in the end. But
I mean, and looking at the game here, I mean, you know, passes. You created another 70 more passes than us. You had
that's right, yeah.
About 70 more touches.
We had 15 shots to your 10, but you had one more on target, 6-5.
And that sums it up. And do you think Thomas Frank's going to go away and say, after the two games, after the Chelsea defeat and the Leicester defeat, he's got to go away now and say, look, you know, we can't have this much possession. We can't be this good and not be getting points, because you're just going to literally slip down the table. Because, like I say, the Premier League is an unforgiving place. Yeah,
well, I think you're right there, mate. I mean, you know, we have got to do something on that front, because, you know, obviously we are having loads of possession. We're having plenty of chances. You know, it's just that final thing, the final finish. You know, that's what counts at the end of the day. That, you know, goals win you things, and if you don't score them, that's it. You know.
Yeah. So Terry says there that he hopes Toney doesn't become like Norwich and Pookie, great in the Championship but struggle in the Premiership.
I don't think he will. No. At the moment, he is sort of struggling. At the moment, he is a bit, but. You know, I think it's only going to be, you know, it's going to spark in one game and get maybe a hat-trick or something, say Burnley and Norwich or whatever, you know.
Yes, yeah.
That would be something, and then he could kick on from there, I think. to be honest. But
we've got to look at the fact that at the end of last season, Jamie Vardy, I think, went 11 games without scoring, you know, but he was the rest
who'd
of the
have thought
team was
that had
scoring,
happened?
you know. But, you know, I mean, in fairness, I was screaming, you know, to buy Ivan Toney, you know, last summer. As it happened, obviously, we went and got Daka instead.
Yeah.
Well, I would have been more than happy.
You've done well getting Daka, though, to be honest. I mean, that's a great player to have in the end, you know, to buy him.
He does look a little bit good, doesn't he? You know.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Rob says here, will you take Vestergaard off our hands in January? He had a
he
good
does look
game
dodgy,
when he came on, Rob.
Yeah.
He had a good game.
To be honest, I thought he was good at Southampton. He looked decent there, but since he's come to Leicester, I don't think he's been quite the same. And then you got Soyuncu's off form as well. It's been a bit off form.
But Evans is in at the moment, but you never know how many games he can go because of injuries and his age. Fofana's out. James Justin. That's the problem. Whoever comes into that back 4, 5, whatever 3, whatever he's playing. You know, Marty, who, you know, we loved to hate last season, you know, he was man of the match against
you.
Was. Thought, you know, he was
immense, yeah.
But it is difficult, I think, just because we haven't got a settled back 4, you know, to...
it's not as solid as it was, I think, probably last season, really, was it? You know, he was very solid last season.
No, we are struggling. We are because we've lost Wes Morgan and we've lost Christian Fuchs. And, you know,
did they retired or were they just? I know Morgan retired.
Christian Fuchs we were like his Hotel California. He signed in and he could never get out. we kept tying him down to another year, then another year. I'm surprised his wife didn't leave him. To be honest with you. He was, but I know I did. Terry says here, congratulations, Brentford. One of the hardest games you've had in months, and wish them luck for the rest of the season.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, Terry.
Brentford are because you know I want Brentford to do well. Like I said before, I want them to stay up and what have you. And it's the one prediction that is actually I've got right so far. But I want to sort of go through sort of the ratings that your fans gave some of your players.
Right. Yeah.
And on the BBC, you can go on the BBC site straight after and see that. But Ivan Toney, they had down as your best player.
I don't think it was one of his best games, to be honest. But he done okay. Don't get me wrong. He was fine. But I've seen him play a lot better than that. Obviously, maybe in the Championship and things like that. You know,
but,
he's had better games.
They had Vardy down as our third best player. He played 45 minutes and touched the ball about 3 times. You know?
Well, there you go. I mean, you know, sometimes you don't get it. Everyone has a different opinion, don't they? But
well, that's football for you. But I think sometimes people do tend to vote for the name, if you like.
That's right.
Your worst player, they said, was Gados, is it?
Godos, yeah.
Godos, is it?
Yeah, he came on, didn't he? And I think he came on, was it the second half or whatever? I think he came on later on, but I've never really been that impressed with him. I mean, occasionally he shows glimpses of a decent player, but...
Yeah, he was only on for 15 minutes, like you say, you know.
Yeah.
But
we've got better players than him, but there you go.
I'll get my teeth in here. DMMK Swift. You really just can't hate Brentford.
Well, that's true. You can't.
Until they come and beat you. then
Man United, are you listening? United, you listening? We come and beat you. With Ollie at the wheel, he really will crash when we beat you. But
the thing is that then they only just call you smug DMMK and jammy Leicester sods and things like that. Not that they're bad losers.
It's always good to be lucky, though, Chris. You know, it's always good. You know, it just shows you're a good team if you're lucky. You know, so
you need a bit of luck. You do need a bit of luck.
Exactly.
Just before we go on to the next bit, I just want to say this week, the Prediction League show that we do is actually going to be on Thursday at 7 o'clock. It's a bit of a change around.
Mark Selby.
We got Brighton on the 27th, Wednesday. So the prediction league's been put back to Thursday at 7. Yeah, Mark Selby, the jester from Leicester. He isn't actually on live. I mean, that would be sort of too much. But
right, yeah.
I think he's possibly playing somewhere. But yeah, he's not coming on live. But he has very kindly given me his match predictions for next weekend. So we'll be doing that on the night. So really, really pleased to have him on.
Yeah, to check that out. Yeah, that'll be good.
Week. So this is how it stands at the moment. I say down there in 12th. I will say down there. That's 12. You know, is that better than you would have hoped for at this stage of the season?
Yeah, I'll take that at the moment, Chris. You know, I mean, if we get higher, I mean, all well and good. I mean, we certainly ain't going to get sort of top 4 or 5. That's never going to happen. But you know. If we can finish midway or, you know, just a bit under, I mean, that's good for us, you know. Yes. And if we can win, say, maybe a league trophy, you know, League Cup, so.
Yeah. We did it when we first came up under Martin O'Neill, so it's, you know, it is definitely possible, Although we've got Brighton tomorrow, and last time we played Brighton was in the FA Cup last season. We all know what happened there. Terry's asking that he's heard that the new Brentford stadium was designed to increase the acoustics level. Is that
it's true? That is true. Yeah. You have to be there to witness it. You have to be there though to hear it. So
yes, yeah. I mean, sort of watching it online. I mean, you did sound noisy. I'm going to be honest with you, and
increase the levels even more. Yeah.
I mean, you know, whatever as happens this season, whether you stay up, go down, or whatever, I think your fans have just come along and said, "We're going to have a good time."
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
We're going to enjoy it, you know.
Well, of course. I mean, we haven't been in the top flight. I mean, I suppose the last time was what you'd call like the old first division, probably. With like the late 80s.
Before my time, and that's saying something.
Well, I ain't that old either, mate. But I mean, the thing is, you know,
you were there.
No, man, no, sorry, I wasn't. But I think I do remember them in the late. I think it's late 80s or something with the old first division. They were in that.
Yes.
And I always remember that because obviously you still had the likes of United and Liverpool and everything there then, but Chelsea, whatever. But you know, it was a totally different time then. Obviously, totally different players, but you know, we've done well.
Yeah. Anyway, talking of doing well, I don't know if this gentleman is doing well at all, but a quick message from a friend of the station.
Aye, all right, Chris. This is Neil Razor Ruddock here. No, you're huge. A Leicester City fan. You run the website, Facebook, the Twitter site, Leicester Till I Die. That's what you are, Chris. Leicester Till I Die. I'm Leicester Till I Die. Anyway, Chris, well done for doing all the hard work for Leicester City. All the best, son. Neil Razor Ruddock. Aye, Chrissy. Aye.
Oh, Razor, right?
He'd had a few, hadn't he?
Yeah, he always does, doesn't he? When doesn't he, to be honest? But
well, this is true. This is very true.
But he was actually a good player. He was very underrated, I think. I know he was always a big guy, you know, but he was a top
into
player.
The England squad, didn't he? You know.
Yeah, tough, uncompromising defender, really. But
when you come up to January and you've got the transfer window, do you need to bring any players in, or are you going to stick with the squad you've got, do you think? And if you do bring anybody in, what positions and who would you like to see come in?
Oh God, that's a lot of tough questions there, Chris.
It is, yeah.
Oh, well, certainly we'd like to add. We'd definitely like to add to this squad. You know, who can we realistically get that's, a top player? I mean, he'll probably no doubt go into the Danish leagues again. You know, that's what he likes to do. He likes to get the Danish players in.
On the pitch, wasn't there?
Yeah, well, he is Danish. What do you expect, I suppose? But there you go. But you know, I'm sure he'd do that again. He's quite shrewd, Frank. So I'm sure he'd get what he can. I mean, it's not, we can't compete with these big teams, I'm afraid. Liverpool, United, whatever, Chelsea,
Newcastle now.
City.
Nobody can compete with Newcastle.
Well, yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah, but do you think, I mean, Norwich don't spend, and you can see where, where they are because of that. I think you do need to spend a little bit. Like I say, Wolves are going to, Watford are going to change their manager a couple of times, and they're going to struggle. But I think Brentford are not going to get rid of Thomas Frank, even if you go down, are they? But
no, he won't. He's not going anywhere. No.
But do your board back the manager? Do they give him the money to go and buy? And I know you can't compete with, and we can't compete with Newcastle's now and Man City.
Who can, I suppose, really? But, I mean, maybe City. I don't know. But
there are sort of good players down in the. I mean, look at Jamie Vardy. We got him from Fleetwood Town, and it was then in the conference. So would the board back Thomas if he said, look, I want, we've done this well so far. Let's spend a bit of money and stay up. Would they back him?
I think they would. I think they would, mate. I really do. I mean, because he's instilled a lot of, stability and confidence there, and he's helped us get up. I mean, we've been around there for so long now, the playoffs and the championship, and we've been there so many times. But now we're actually come up. I think we stick with him. I don't think there'll be no chance of him going anywhere unless he really wants to. But
no,
say another big team comes in for him, maybe wants him as manager. Well, I don't know. But
Newcastle on the lookout, and
I hope not. But
Man United could be very, very soon. Get again.
You can't turn them down, I suppose, can you?
Yeah. I mean, it goes with the territory. You do well. I mean, Rodgers was linked with Newcastle straight away, but Terry says here, I think Brentford might find that a thin squad could be a problem at the end of the season.
I agree. Yeah, could be
in the last two seasons. So it will be interesting to see what happens. Unfortunately, I think the January transfer window is going to be very inflated because of Newcastle. But,
we won't stand much of a chance there, I don't think. So.
but we shall see. But I'm sure you'll probably spend more than Norwich. I think that is fair to say.
Well, I think that's likely, didn't you? Yeah.
Tony, all I'll say is keep playing like you're playing. It's exciting to watch from a neutral's point of view. Even if you, I'm trying not to be too smug here. I really am. But
but if it's the other way round, I would be, don't worry.
Yeah, you would be, and I'm sure you were after the opening day defeat of Arsenal. But,
of course, on top of the world, mate.
Exactly. But hey, it's great to have you in the Premier League. Congratulations on getting here. I can hope you can stay up, and I just wish you all the best for the rest of the season. And apart from when we meet you again, or if we meet you, then I just want you to get stuffed.
I'll be happy to come on again, mate. Whenever you want me on, mate, I'm happy to come on again.
Yeah, well,
it's been great.
We'll play. I mean, Brighton's the team at the moment, and I'm actually spending more time with him than my kids. We're playing season, but we'll get you back on for the next game, and hopefully it'll be pretty much the same conversation. Who knows?
It might be different. Might be different. You never know.
Thanks so much for coming on, mate, and thank you.
No worries, Chris.
And
right.
Well done on being up here. I say it's great to have you back in the Premier League. Thanks so much, Tony. All the best, mate. And,
cheers, man. Good luck with Leicester. Good luck, mate.
Cheers now. Bye-bye.
Cheers, mate. Bye.
Bye. Thanks very much to Tony there. Brentford fan, erstwhile Arsenal fan as well. The funny thing is, and people say about having second teams. Now, I know when I moved down, from Leicester, and I moved to Blackpool, to Bolton, to Burnley, to Blackpool. But I never followed the teams, and I went to watch them because it was football. Because I couldn't get to see Leicester, and then when I came down here, it was like everybody supported a team plus Bournemouth. Now I couldn't support Bournemouth. I've got to be honest with you, because to me, it was kind of like having an affair. And you know where that leads. And I've got a friend. He's an Arsenal fan, but he's still a friend, and he supports Bournemouth as well. And he was very much, I said, a big Arsenal fan, but he followed Bournemouth as well. And when I said to him, I said, how, depending if Arsenal lost and Bournemouth won, he was a Bournemouth fan and vice versa. And I said, what's going on here? And he said, Bournemouth were like my second team when we're here. I'm an Arsenal fan because of my dad and the family, but obviously I've grown up and, Bournemouth I've been to watch. And they were never, ever supposed to be in the same division together. That's the thing. So my second team is Poole Town, and they are way down the pyramid. In fact, you can dig a hole before you get to Poole Town. And good evening, sir. I got your picture, got it sorted. Ant's Leicester Fan TV channel, check it out. We're getting together with Ant's Leicester Fan TV channel. We are going to be doing, along with Beyond the 90 and Cash, a monthly review of the Three Amigos. That's who we are, three of us, and didn't take a lot of thinking out, does it? That really, but we're going to be doing a monthly show where we look back at everything that's happened in the previous month to Leicester City. It's going to be a busy one at the end of this month. Terry says getting back on for the quiz with Craig. We will indeed. Also probably get him on for the prediction show as well. He's a great guy, is Tony. He doesn't like to come on camera, as you can see. That's the only problem with the quiz, is that we do insist that you come on camera so we know that it's all above board. So I don't think we'll be doing the quiz with him. But hey, we'll get him on the prediction show. So much going on this week. I literally am on. It's sloppy seconds every night, almost. We're back tomorrow at 7 o'clock with the preview show for the League Cup. Craig will be joining me then, and we'll be looking ahead to Brighton. We might be joined by a Brighton fan. It depends if he's working or not. And that will be followed at 9 o'clock by X on the Pitch, when we'll be with, obviously, Leicester City professional Julian Watts. The three topics we're going to be covering this week is Patson Daka. How good could he be? Norwich. Why are they bothering? Am I being unfair to them? Man United. What's going wrong at Man United? And great to get, next players, professionals, opinions on these things. And if you've got any questions that you want to ask an ex-pro, get on the show tomorrow night. And we always at the end ask a few questions that have popped up in the chat. On Wednesday, of course, it is the match. We are at home to Brighton. Let's hope it's a little bit warmer than when we played them in the FA Cup last season. But yes, we did play them in the FA Cup last season, and look what happened. Fancy another trip to Wembley, anybody? And that will be followed by the post-match show with Brad at around 10:30. Get your cocoa and slippers out. On Thursday, we have the Prediction League at 7 o'clock. And that's don't forget the Prediction League this week, and I'm really, really pleased that he's agreed to do this with us. If I can find it again here, we've got Mark Selby, yes, the jester from Leicester, ex-world snooker champion and ex-champion of everything in snooker, big Leicester City fan. He can't make it onto the show, but he has given me his predictions to take part. So Mark Selby there will be doing his predictions along with mine and Brad. And then at 9 o'clock, we've got the new quiz. The race. 9 o'clock on Thursday. Dan from Burnley will be taking on the Quizmaster. And there's no lifelines this time. One-on-one. Who will come out on top? And at 7 o'clock, we have got the Arsenal preview. Brad's back. And we'll be looking ahead to Arsenal at the weekend. Post-match show on 3 o'clock on the Sunday with Brad again. And then Melina will be speaking to her on Sunday at 6 o'clock, where we'll be doing the Arsenal opposition review. It is all going on this week. And in between that, I might have a bit of a sleep or a bit of a kip here or there. And don't forget, this is coming up tomorrow as well. Yep, and check out the BBC LCFC homepage. Every team in the Premier League has got their homepage on the BBC Sport website. Check out the Leicester City one every Tuesday. We have a Tuesday talking point, and I do it for Leicester City. First one was last week, an interesting one, and I can't tell you what's in it, because I don't want to. Go and read it. It's going to go up tomorrow. And I hope you enjoyed them. The second one tomorrow, such a busy week. Thanks to Tony for coming on. Great guy, great chat. And he's honest. That's what I like about him. Jammy? Do I look jammy?
It's time for the smug face.
Just a tad. I really am tempted to play the Manchester United. Oh, sod it. I'm going to play it again. It makes me laugh.
Viewers, apologize. I'm continue.
I'm sorry. I'll be playing that. Whenever I'm down, I'm going to play that. It's been great. Thanks for joining us. Thanks to Tony for popping on. And we'll see you tomorrow night at 7 o'clock with Craig and the preview show. Stay safe. All the best, guys. Good night now.
That's all, folks.
Hello, Matt Elliott here. Be sure to watch Leicester Till I Die TV on YouTube and follow all them social media platforms for the latest updates and news on Leicester City Football Club.
Watch us on YouTube.
Listen on your favourite podcast platform.
Or ask your smart speaker
to play the podcast Leicester Till I Die.
Subscribe, like, follow, and join in now.